What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 4 of the Stars and Scrubs podcast, powered by Sharp Sports Network. My name is Joe Biewer, and I have Walker alongside with me. We are the two analysts over at Sharp Sports Network. Sure, you've heard of us from some of the breakdowns that we've done, as well as this podcast. We just want to thank you for all the support that we have received on this podcast over the past 3 episodes. It's been super fun to go ahead and talk sports, even though it's not currently happening, and kind of just bring back some of that sports knowledge and stuff that we're so used to diving into. It's going to be pretty interesting today. We're going to be diving into the MLB The Show League, as well as the horse competition for NBA. Let's jump into it here. I'm going to pop it up on the screen real quick, kind of give our takes, and to me, this is just an idiotic idea to me. So they brought back Chauncey Billups versus Trae Young, Mike Conley against at WNBA, Tamika Catchings, Zach LaVine against Paul Pierce, and Allie Quigley, another WNBA, against Chris Paul. So popped it up on the screen here. You can really see who defeated who. This has to be one of the biggest, stupidest things I've ever seen, if I'm being honest, to try and get views. Chauncey Billups beats Trae Young, which that's just the biggest joke to me. Zach LaVine beats Paul Pierce. I can get behind that, but Trae Young losing to somebody like Chauncey Billups just doesn't seem like. I don't know. It's just What are your takes on this? I think this is the biggest reach because there's nothing that they can really do for viewership right now.
Yeah, so I think that it's an interesting idea to bring back guys like Chauncey and like Paul Pierce, and then mix in some of the WNBA girls in there, especially Hall of Famer now Tamika Catchings. But it's definitely like you're saying, it's just kind of it's a very weird way to approach maybe trying to get the views up and keep it around. I honestly think that what we're going to break down next, the MLB The Show, might be a little bit more interesting than this for what it is. But to put somebody like a young superstar like Trae Young up against an established shooter like Chauncey Billups, I just think that I know it's a game of horse. I know a lot of people won't look into it maybe as much as I do. But I mean, it seems very wrong to put somebody like Trae Young, who's just starting his career. He's a young superstar, putting him up against a guy like Chauncey Billups. And obviously Chauncey, beating him in a game of horse, it might mean nothing to some people, but to some people it might mean something, and it's just a weird look, I think, mixing in superstars like Chauncey Billups with, past superstars, with current guys like Trae Young. And then you're mixing in WNBA stars, Tamika Catchings losing to Mike Conley. It's just a very, very weird concept. I think, maybe if you take 8 guys from today's league that have all, that are established shooters, you mix in all the superstars of today, that's one thing. But I think going and, taking guys like Pierce and Billups and then WNBA, and then today's star, it's just super weird to me. I can't get behind it. And I think that if you are going to do it, it should have been a little bit more well executed. Maybe do like one for the WNBA, one for the NBA, one for previous stars from the past. But mixing it all together like this was just very odd. I think a lot of people probably aren't even familiar with Allie Quigley and Tamika Catchings. A lot of young NBA fans today probably know Paul Pierce, but might have missed out a little bit on the Chauncey Billups era. So it's such a weird concept.
I mean, this is what I'm going to say. I'm pretty sure that the viewership was at an all-time low. I can pretty much guarantee you that nobody watched this, nor did they really care. I
mean, it was for charity too, though, which I thought was, obviously nice and everything, but it was just such a weird thing to do for charity. Like, I feel like they could have done something a lot more entertaining, and even if it wasn't, they could have done something from quarantine where everybody's by themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for me, there's just no way to really think that people actually gave a shit. If I'm being honest, I'm not going to sit there. If I wasn't for Twitter, I wouldn't have even known that this was happening. And that's kind of where it is for me. I think it's just like, if anything, they should just be replaying old games from a few years ago or back in the day. I mean, for us gamblers, there was no gambling on the horse league. There was nothing like that. There was nothing to bet on. So, I mean, this just seems really, really weird. It seems like, I mean, I can't imagine anybody wanting to watch that, especially with only 8 people in it. I feel like if it was a bigger bracket, maybe people would have wanted to watch. But this just seems so far-fetched and just weird.
Yeah, the 8 people thing, like, that's what I was thinking. Maybe if you take one current star from one player from all 32 teams, or I'm sorry, 30 teams in the league. If you take one player from each team and make a bracket like that, maybe the Bucks and the Lakers get a bye, obviously got to
Yeah.
structure the bracket, whatever. But like it would have just been super cool to see that
Yeah.
because they're repping their team and everything, which I think would be cool. But this is just such a meaningless. I mean, I understand it's meaningless. It's a game of horse, but it would have been a little bit cooler to see something more behind it, where it's repping my team, my city. I don't know. It just
Well, let's jump over to the show here. This is exactly what they did. Is they took one player from every single team, pop it up here on the screen. They have a bunch of rookies, a bunch of old guys playing in this MLB The Show Players League. I'm more inclined to like this than the Horse League. I still think it's a waste of time, and I still think the viewerships are going to be really low. But I'm more inclined to watch this than I am the Horse League. In this day and age, I mean, video games are kind of being the thing right now. It's the only thing you can watch. It's the only thing you can bet on. That's it. So, I mean, at this time, I wouldn't think that this is such a bad idea with League of Legends and Counter-Strike being like the forefront of DFS right now.
Yeah. Trevor May, by the way, he is he the one that's been playing a lot of Call of Duty and Fortnite and stuff like that, or is he not?
Yeah.
And he's repping his city in this tournament too. I think that he's probably going to be the favorite just because of that. But I couldn't remember if it was him or somebody else. But yeah, he's pretty established in the video game world. I think it's him for the MLB and Myers Leonard for the NBA, kind of leading the way for video games out of their respective sports. But again, I agree with you, though. I think this is definitely going to be more interesting than horse. Does that mean I think it's going to be interesting? No, but more interesting, yes.
So, I mean, there's so many speculations out right now, and I know that we were going to have an episode centered around this, which we probably will, but there is a lot of speculation about the MLB coming back in May and playing all their games from Arizona, where it's supposed to be warm and the virus isn't too heavy out there. There are a couple... I guess this is just kind of a filler thing, or is this kind of an indication that we won't be getting baseball back in 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's a very, it's all suspect as of now. I mean, there's no, I mean, you could look at it almost like a conspiracy of, does this mean this or that? I don't think we get MLB in May. I'm not a pessimist by any means. I'm a very optimistic person. I just don't see that happening. But regardless, it's definitely something I think comes back this summer. I just think May is a big ask to bring back a sports league of any type.
I know they were trying to do that just because of avoiding having to play triple headers, double headers throughout weeks to try and make up that 162-game season. But the thing that I found really interesting is that I forgot who tweeted it, but he said that the people should be scared about playing MLB in Arizona. Arizona's the desert. Nothing lives in the desert. Things only die in the desert. So a little bit of a morbid tweet. But, I mean, is that kind of something indicative about the MLB? I mean, this whole social distancing thing has kind of ruined everybody's lives for the past, month and a half now. Now you're putting 50-plus people on a field even without fans.
Yep.
Is that really worth it? I mean, I know for us, we're like, yeah, it's fucking worth it. Like, let's fucking bet on something. Like, yeah, this is fucking amazing. But like,
we need sports back.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm tired of betting on League of Legends every day. You know what I mean? So like, I just think that, I don't think there's going to be any betting on the show. I don't think the MLB guys are really, you're going to be able to put lines on, Josh Hader versus Bo Bichette in a game of MLB The Show, So like, I don't know how it's really going to work, but I think it's going to be interesting because they have to do something, because NBA did the same thing. They did the 2K league for 100K for charity. They had a bunch of NBA guys in the league now play NBA 2K for charity. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see kind of how this pans out. I obviously don't think it lasts forever. It's not going to be something that's sustainable. But yeah, like you said, I don't think baseball comes back in May. Am I hopeful? I am, but I don't think it comes back in May.
Yeah, I think that the reason that I think the show is obviously more interesting than the Weird Horse tournament. I think that if they wanted to and tried, they could actually make this very viewer friendly, doing it like kind of like how. I was gonna say almost like how the Madden tournaments are structured, like on Twitch and stuff. I don't know if you've ever watched those, but like.
Well, yeah. I mean, let me pull this back up. At the bottom, they are partnered with Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook for this league. Yeah. And I mean, they do have, just putting this back up on the screen, and they have some old guys, and they got Rhys Hoskins, they got Carlos Santana, a bunch of young guys. They got Joey Gallo in there. I mean, but it's like, You mean to tell me that these guys are just gonna sit down and play a game of video games and just like that's what we're gonna do for viewers? Like, are people going to watch that? If you go out on Twitch and you go to watch something right now, you're going to watch one of the top 4 things being streamed on Twitch. You're not going to go and search for an MLB The Show tournament, freaking commentated by whoever it is, you know.
If they're gonna have webcams showing the players' faces, like kind of like ours are right now, put those in the corners, the games in the middle. If they do something like that, that's viewer friendly, and they actually add some sort of like big prize, like it would be like a charity prize. If you win, you get this amount donated to your city to for relief and everything like that. I think that would be interesting, but there needs to be something that's, kind of a interesting thing on the line. There needs to be webcams. You need to be able to see the players, hear the players talking. Forget a commentary. We should really, maybe have a commentator to fill up the
maybe we should commentate.
Yeah, right. Fill up the dead space. But I want to hear these guys talking. I want to hear them, talk smack to each other, having fun. But without that, this is nothing.
I agree. So, all in all, both of these ideas to me, the horse and the show league just seem completely asinine. Big waste of time. I think it's just like kind of a joke just to fill in the fact that there is nothing to watch right now. So let's give people something that they can maybe watch. So let's guess who it. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Played Guess Who on episode 1. Josh McCown, somebody guessed it. $125. It's going to be $50 for this one. All you got to do is guess the right person. I'm going to have 3 stats/facts show up on the screen right below me and Walker's beautiful faces. First one that pops up right now. This person was a wrestler in high school. All right. He was a wrestler in high school. Fact number 2, he attended the University of Illinois. And the last fact is he or she has multiple 20-plus assist games. Think about it. I feel like we gave number 1 away a little too easily. We gave away kind of the sport. We gave away offense or defense. We're not doing that this time. We're going to make it a little bit harder because people guessed that last one pretty quick. So we upped the ante on the prize pool a little bit. Here's the 3 facts. Wrestled in high school, attended the University of Illinois, and he has multiple 20-plus assist games. Guess who down below? Go ahead and comment in the down below. Few things to comment. Comment if you give a shit about the MLB The Show League or the Horse League, and if you even turned it on. And also comment down below the answer to this Guess Who. We're going to be putting up a poll on Twitter as well if the people on Twitter gave a shit about the MLB The Show League or the Horse League. So go ahead and vote on that. You can follow us both on Twitter down below in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Super dope podcast that we're putting out here. Going to be episodes coming up here soon. Hopefully some big things in the works as well. And anything else? I'm excited. I don't think anybody's going to guess this one. So if you don't guess it, the prize pool carries over to the next one, doubles up. So we'll see if you guys can guess this one. Anything else, my man?
I don't think anybody guesses this one right. No. I think Trevor May wins the MLB The Show League.
All right, sounds good. We already have some touters here for the MLB The Show League.
There we go.
But good luck to everybody trying to guess this. It's going to be super dope. We enjoy doing these podcasts. Appreciate all the support. See you on episode 5 in the next 2 to 3 days. We're breaking down some more dumb shit and giving our takes on it. So peace out and stay safe out there. Peace.
Peace.